The car you drive tells people exactly how much you're worth, and most Americans don't even realize they're being judged the moment they pull into a parking lot. It's not just about getting from point A to point B. In America, your car is your biography, written in steel and horsepower, visible to every stranger you pass on the highway.
Let's start at the bottom. Not because it's a bad place, but because almost every American with a car story started here. You're 22, maybe 23. You've got a job, barely. Your car is a 2003 Chevrolet Cavalier with 187,000 miles on it, a driver's side window that sticks, and an air conditioner that gave up sometime around the Obama administration.
You paid $1,800 for it in cash from a guy named Dave who seemed way too eager to hand over the keys. Every morning, you walk out to that car with a quiet prayer. Not a formal prayer, just a desperate, wordless hope that it starts. Sometimes, it doesn't. But here's the thing nobody tells you about that level. There's a kind of freedom in it, too. Nobody's breaking into an '03 Cavalier. Your insurance is $60 a month. You don't care about door dings. You throw everything in the back seat. Fast food bags, gym shoes, jumper cables you've actually used. This car doesn't define you yet, and somehow that's liberating. The community at this level is invisible but massive. It's the guy at AutoZone who lends you the diagnostic tool without judgment. It's the YouTube tutorial at midnight teaching you how to replace your own brake pads because the quote from the shop was $400 you don't have. You learn things at this level. Real things. Things that stick. Then something shifts. You get a raise, or a better job, or you just get tired of the prayer every morning, and you move up. Level 2 is the reliable used car. A 2018 Honda Accord, a 2017 Toyota Camry, maybe a Mazda 3 if you did your research, which you probably did at 2 in the morning comparing reliability ratings on Reddit. This car starts every time. Every single time. That sounds small until you've known what it's like when it doesn't. At this level, you start caring about things you didn't before. You wash it on weekends. You get a little annoyed when someone parks too close. You're financing it, probably, with a payment somewhere between $280 and $380 a month. And you've done the math to make sure it fits, but there's no room for surprises. This is the level where most Americans spend most of their adult lives. And there's nothing wrong with that. These are the cars that built the middle class. Dependable, invisible, everywhere. But quietly, in the back of your mind, you're already looking at the next thing. Not obsessively, just every now and then, when a nicer car pulls up next to you at a red light. Because America doesn't let you stay comfortable. That's not a criticism, it's just the culture. This country was engineered for the upgrade. Level 3 is where the personality starts to bleed in. This is the American muscle tier. The Dodge Charger RT, the Ford Mustang GT, the Chevy Camaro that you bought in bright orange because you've been responsible your whole life and you deserve one unreasonable decision. Payments jump, sometimes to $600 a month or more, and your insurance company looks at your new car and sends you a bill that makes you sit down. But you don't care, because this car makes noise, real noise, the kind that turns heads in a grocery store parking lot, which feels ridiculous to admit, but also feels incredible when it happens. You've entered a community now, a loud, passionate, sometimes reckless community of people who wave at each other on the highway, who show up to Cars and Coffee on Saturday mornings with gas station coffee and a genuine love for machines. There's a brotherhood here, a sisterhood too, increasingly. It's louder than the Accord community, and it's a lot more fun. The interesting thing about this level is that it exposes what money actually does to people. Because some guys at this level are doctors, and some are working overtime at a warehouse. And on the weekend, standing next to their cars, you genuinely can't tell the difference. The car is the equalizer. Until the next level, which is anything but equal. Luxury is a different world. Not because the cars are better, though they often are, but because of what buying one does to how you see yourself and how others see you. A 2024 BMW 5 Series, a Mercedes E-Class, an Audi A6. You're spending between $60,000 and $85,000, either in cash or with a payment that used to seem insane to you and now just feels normal, which is its own kind of uncomfortable realization. The dealership experience alone changes.
Someone offers you coffee, real coffee, not from a machine. They use your name 3 times in the first 5 minutes. The waiting room has leather chairs. Everything is designed to make you feel like you belong here. And the seductive part is, it works. At this level, the car becomes quieter. Not in sound, though the road noise is genuinely remarkable, but in ego. You stop needing people to look at you. The people who know. The soft closed doors, the stitched leather, the way the seat adjusts to you like it was built for your body specifically. This is the tier where cars stop being about horsepower and start being about experience. And then there's the level above that, which most people will only ever see on a screen. The exotic tier. Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, Porsche 911 GT3. These aren't cars, they're arguments. Arguments that you've made it, that the system worked for you, that whatever combination of talent, timing, and relentless ambition you put into the world paid off in ways that can be measured in Italian engineering. The numbers at this level stop being monthly payments and become just prices. $250,000, $400,000, more. And the strange counterintuitive thing about this level is that it can be lonely because the community shrinks dramatically. You can't drive a Lamborghini Huracan to a regular Cars and Coffee without creating a spectacle, and spectacles get old when you're the one at the center of them. Some of the wealthiest car collectors in America spend their weekends driving their exotic cars on empty roads by themselves at 6 in the morning before anyone else is awake, just for 30 minutes of pure, unfiltered mechanical joy with no audience required. That detail says something true about the whole spectrum. Because at every level, from the Cavalier that barely starts to the Ferrari that costs more than a house, people are chasing the same thing. Control, freedom, identity, the feeling that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, in a country that was always moving, always driving, always going somewhere just beyond the next exit. America gave the world the road trip, the drive-in, the highway, the muscle car, the suburb that only works if you have a car to escape it. No other culture on Earth built an entire identity around the automobile the way America did. And that means no other culture on Earth uses cars the way Americans do. Not just as tools, but as mirrors. Look at what you're driving right now. Think about what you drove 5 years ago. Think about what you want to drive 5 years from now. That gap between those 3 cars, that's not just automotive ambition. That's your life, measured the American way.